Welcome back. Today we are removing the old bunk beds in our bunkhouse, and I'm going to hopefully assemble at least the first bunk bed, at least get an idea of how that goes together. So we are going to remove them as fast as possible. So before you jump in the comments and say, oh, you're destroying perfectly good bunk beds, you could give those to somebody else. Yes, that's how you sound in my head when you complain about things. These are old. They were moved from another location in 2017. We're constantly fixing them. They're old. It's time for an upgrade. There's two things I'm going to save off of these beds. And one, mattress, because it's still good and they could be used in other areas. And two, I'm going to try and save, oh look, nice graffiti, the plywood. Where I'm going to save the plywood because plywood's useful. It took me 4 minutes and 9 seconds to disassemble a double bunk bed. Ooh, the echo's getting worse in here now that there's less objects in here. That one was even faster, less than 2.5 minutes to take that apart, just by changing up how I cut things up, because it'll still fit through the window. This is what's left of 10 bunk beds. There are 4 beds left downstairs. They're just regular beds. So let's get to heave-hoeing and yeeting this stuff out the window. Time to yeet. That was quick and easy. So they're all out here now. All you gotta do is load them up in the Kubota and take them over to the burn pile. So it is not Gorilla Bunk Beds, it's heavydutybunkbeds.com, ESS Universal. So they have several different models. If there is an echo in here, I apologize. So the Dallas single over single bunk bed, the Missouri single over single bunk bed, which I'm assuming it has the cross brace, and then the Dallas single bed, which we probably will get for some buildings. The triple bunk bed, which this isn't prison, so we're not doing that. And then the Dallas single over double bunk bed, which That seems pretty awesome. I'm on a time crunch today, so I'd like to get one built, finish getting my mess cleaned up, clean up outside. Holy cow, these are some big beds. Don't see any hardware in this one. Hopefully it's in the ends. Okay. These will bolt together, which actually is going to be easy. Just do it on its side. You can bolt it together and then stand it up. All right. The ladder, pretty decent. It's a nice big step too. And the hardware is in there as well, so that's cool. The instructions. So I was right, you assemble it sideways and then stand it up. Stand up using 2 able-bodied persons. We only need 1. There are also under baskets, but those are separate. The male screws you need, which are short, and it has your female screws. So every bunk bed you have comes with an extra tool. You just end up with a million of these because you don't already have a million of these from every other thing you've bought in the last 10 years. Apparently, according to the instructions, you can use a cordless drill, 17 on a cordless drill, to put these in. Two person. Ha! Easy. Oh. These are awesome. They are way higher, but you also have a lot more space to sit. Now granted, I can sit on the bed without a mattress on it. With a mattress, I wouldn't be able to sit on it, but kids would definitely be able to sit on the bed and hang out and talk, which is cool. You have safety rails on both sides, so I'm assuming the mattress will come up to here, and then the ladder just sits right there. And you're not taking these apart, obviously. You're not moving them that easily. So once they're in place, they are in place. And all right, these are the underbed storage that we got. But you've watched me put enough stuff together, so we're gonna make this a little bit quicker. Oh, this is as done as it's gonna be, because I am missing 3 bolts to attach the lid for the underbed storage locker. It just rolls underneath, and you can store your stuff. It's not on tracks, but it does have wheels, which is pretty cool. And it has a lid, and you can lock it. So if you're, for whatever reason, you need to secure something, you can easily do that, which is cool. And you can fit 2 of them under each bunk bed. So you have 1 for each person. And then it also comes with, or we also ordered these shower baskets. So you can put your soaps, shampoos, things like that, towel hanger. Or you can put something else in there if you need to, which is kind of cool. You can put it up top, down below, whichever. They hook on so they don't permanently attach. So as long as they don't disappear, we're good. They are not as thick as I was expecting them to be. They do feel quite nice. Nowhere near as thick as I thought they were gonna be. I thought they were gonna be like up here, thick-wise. We'll be back when everything is done. In 3, 2, 1. There we go. The bunk beds are at least built. We did get one of the single over double. So we have 2 of these. One's up here, the other one's downstairs. This is what the layout we had to go with. The echo's a lot less in here as well. There's still a bit of an echo, but it's so much less. And we only have some of the underbed storage. I think we only have about 3 of them built. I did reach out to the company, and they were pretty quick to send out parts. So we got screws for the rest of the underbed, because the other 2 or 3 that got built had 3 missing. So I'm pretty safe to assume that they're all missing 3 screws. But they're up, they're running. Like I saw earlier in that video, I did not put the brackets for the ladders on, but there are brackets. It just hooks onto the back side of the bed and then screws in so that the bottom doesn't move on the bunk bed. The underbed storage is all done. It pulls out, and it has 2 hydraulic pistons to hold it in place. They're a little loose. They need to get tightened, but that's okay. We'll come back through, check everything. Good. We've had 2 groups stay in here since we've had them built. Nobody said they're awful. This is the setup in the downstairs. I was hoping to put 3 beds downstairs, but because of how wide these beds are, you would have essentially like my arm space to fit through. So it wasn't feasible, wasn't gonna happen. So unfortunately, we have only the sleeping capacity of 24. We were hoping to get up to 26, but that did not happen. One other thing of note on these bunk beds is we had some hardware issues, mainly on the longer nut. They either had crooked threads or they were not tapped at all. There was no threading at all on the inside, which was a bit of a pain. Fortunately, we had extra bunk beds, so we could take parts from those, but it was kind of frustrating that on at least half of the beds we put together had hardware issues. I think 2 or 3 of them had alignment issues with the beds, where the bottom one corner was kind of kicked out, so we had to encourage it to go in line. Their QC was a bit lacking, especially with at least half the beds had issues, and all of the underbed storage had issues as well. They were all missing 3 screws. But their customer service I sent an email, had a response, answered their question of like what parts I needed, and then within, I want to say like 2 or 3 days, I had the parts. So I will give them praise for their customer service, and that is, I really appreciate that. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video right here. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.